Well, I know I'm live, and this is the Daily Ack, and we are in Planet Crafter, looking at Planet Humble, and we're going for more of the new endings, and I don't think that I'll be on here an hour and a half, but we might. What are we doing? Drinking coffee, playing games. It's what we do. All right. And here I am in Planet Humble. There is our base. Hi, Darlene. And I was looking for logs last time, and I have them, all 15 of them. And I now have a different ending here. Leave the planet with Starform Robotics. Trust their word to make you a terraformation expert working for them. But there's one other ending we're going to go try for today, which is why I have all these explosives on me. And something else we might do is they've also changed the procedural Rex. Might go look at them a little bit. Good morning. Yeah, you guys caught me. And Shaman, we're glad you're here. However, we're glad Darlene's here too. Ah, yes. Scan for different Rex. I need one more pink one and one more light blue one. Okie doke. They've supposedly changed the Rex that they're not as maze-like, and that you can deconstruct furniture in the maze Rex and get blueprints that you can build the furniture. So we're going to go gander at that. And Shaman, I was saying, we saw one ending last time, and that's go at it on your own and leave. But I have all the logs where they should be. And it's leave with Starform Robotics to trust them at their word. However, we're going to go look at other stuff. And then I'm going to waiting on a message, more or less, and I want it to happen before I go do the last ending, or set up for the last ending. Hey, would you look there? I think they were supposed to have a rock there. Good thing my alarm went off. I will have to be in and out later as a Saturday morning music show starting in an hour. By all means, just happy you're here for a few minutes. And thank you for being here. Well, that looked like that was going to be a cave, and so did that. Flying crates, yes. I've had a rough morning this morning. It was up about 4:30, and I talked to Joro and said, I think I'm going to go back to bed. And I did. Icy, you're always welcome here, and if you fall asleep, you fall asleep. I was just getting ready to say I read some things from Icy that she sent. And other than that, we're just looking at procedural wrecks because there's new furniture to get. And supposedly they're not as maze-like. And I'll believe that when I see it. Boy, don't you wish you could open that door? I want to open those myself. Oh, wrong thing. That. Boy, that's got a crate and a flare. I don't need a key because I have keys because I'm a key hoarder. Something I probably did need was a couple of fusion cells, and I didn't get them. And this is basically the new interior steps, which I think is pretty decent. Excuse me. 1200% multiplier, open fridge. Making it through just sleeping most of the time. Yeah. I have no doubt in my mind. I like those steps better. Yeah. They're interesting. I built some. I'm going to throw a bunch of this superfluous stuff that I really don't need in this game. Yeah, but okay, I see what they mean. Oh, I've got to go and get a fusion cell, because I think I know where the fusion reactor is to open that door. So I might as well just get it. Well, Icy, we're happy you're here. I'm sorry you're sleeping most of the time. That's never easy. However, considering that's probably the easiest thing for you right at the moment. That's what I need, but I also need to do that. As long as it says it's supplying the right thing to where it's supposed to go. Yes, there it goes. Imagine. I've had several dental surgeries. Definitely a bumpy ride, but sleeping helps so much. Yes. I had dental surgery a long time ago. Right before I got my braces, about 7th grade. Because I had 2 teeth that weren't coming in right, and then I also had wisdom teeth I had to have removed that after I had my braces off that had to be taken out because they were fixing to ruin about $2,500 worth of dental work. I had awful teeth. I don't know that I need that, and I should have cached those blueprints in. Nope, I've been there. Ah, there we are. Back at the ship. Okay. But I need to go. Nope, I don't need to go there. This is a slight bit different than the one I went in. But that's all right. Hey. And I don't know how they slice it, but it's still pretty maze-like to me. This looks like a pantry because there's food and space food. And not that I need it, but here we are. Back down the steps. Yeah. Oh, I've got a second grade picture that I halfway smiled and you could see how bad my teeth were. It's because I got a tooth knocked out before I went into school in the first grade. Because of my brother wrenching on my tricycle. And I had teeth coming in every which way, and you know, they ponied up for braces, and my actual teeth weren't bad. I've been told by more than one dentist, you have the hardest enamel of anybody we've ever seen. I could, before I got my braces, I could close my mouth and stick my tongue in between my teeth without opening my jaw. I had an underbite that was, whew. Yeah, it was. Well, for as much as I want all this quartz, there's only so much room. I didn't know I needed a tree pot, but here we are. Gosh, I remember when I had my braces. I used to come home from the orthodontist after getting them tightened up and then sit down and immediately eat because they would hurt me so bad that I couldn't eat anything. Oop, don't know what I just did, but I miss you, Johnny, and make sure to tell Joro I miss him too. I think he knows, and I will kick him and tell him. I saw him this morning for a little bit. He was cranking up a new raft and playing along. I was in it just long enough to say it's a beautiful raft and help him collect some stuff, and I was feeling pretty rocky, but it was 4:30 in the morning too, so I've got a reason to have felt a little rough. I have a small jaw and there was no room for the teeth that were supposed to fit there. Yeah. My brother was very sick as a kid. and he had to take a lot of antibiotics and other stuff. And he took so much medicine as a kid, he had teeth that were missing that never came in. I mean, he had a baby tooth that dropped out, and there was nothing there to fill in for it after his baby tooth dropped out. He eventually got all his teeth pulled and got dentures. And our dad, I don't ever remember my father without dentures. He got them before I was even born. And I remember I asked my mom, because Dad used to talk about, I got to take my teeth out and let them rest. 5 or so, I asked my mom, are you ever going to get to the point where you take your teeth out and let them rest in the cup at night? And she says, honey, I've got all my own teeth. That was the only teeth I knew my dad having. You know, they were his. He just let them rest in a cup at night. You know, the silly stuff that kids latch on to. And yes, Joro probably was waxing poetic. He's missing you something awful. Criminals to society pay their debts one planet at a time. Kept trying to do the Icy Giggling Amp stream, but it was broken. Yeah, I did Miranda yesterday in somebody's stream, and you could see the picture, but you couldn't hear it. That would be nice to have, and I can get that. All right. Oh, look, the gym. And TVs. And more TVs. Oh, I knew I've already got that, so I'm not too worried. You're going back this way, Johnny. You don't have Icy to come get you and tell you what direction you're going. All right, I got everything I can get in there. All right, this is where we came in, and that's the exit. Yes, I have to know my limitations. There's no Icy to save me. Dragon Lord said Amp added Christmas stuff to Streamlabs and messed it up for her settings. Yeah, well, and I was toying with Streamlabs just for the utility of it, but then I see stuff like that, and it's not something I want to futz with all the time. Oh, nope, I don't want that there. I want these there. I might have to put another... No, I will say I did consider Streamlabs, but it doesn't seem to work all that well. Yeah, it definitely does have to seem to have some issues, yes. Okay, what am I doing besides going crazy? No more blueprints. Oop. And now I need to... See, you can even store your vehicle. Okay, I saw... Yeah, I was an IT guy for a long time. I've fixed enough computers to choke a horse. I do it now because I feel like doing it and not another, you know, I don't want stuff breaking on me, so I have to do it. Let me. Good morning, country lady. I'm just having a small impromptu game. Might not last an hour and a half. Just to explore the endings of the game. I did find all the other logs I needed to explore that ending, and I'm just waiting on a message to come in now. It definitely holds grudges and cheats in the gambling games. Oh my, I hadn't noticed that. Let's see. I didn't see anything about a message, but that's from one of the drones. Trying to establish Terra token space trading viability and accumulate some Terra tokens for Starform Robotics. Okay. Right now, we're going to do it the easy way and go by teleprompter. And for those of you who haven't seen, that's one of the new biomes. It's the purple biome and had the blueprint for the extraction capsule. And then over here is a whole other ship, and I can't remember if I've opened it up in this one or not. Because I'll be perfectly honest, this is the main game. I have no other, real games going on. Streamlabs kills me in the highs just for fun. No, it doesn't, Shaman. It likes you. It just doesn't know how to show it. Okay, I've opened that up. So I have opened that. Yes. What do you think Streamlabs is laughing at you? Ha! We'll kill Shaman again. Let's see. Anything fun? Did I leave anything worth picking up? That Volnus plant wouldn't be bad. Okay, that's there. I will say, I think that last procedural wreck we went through was some easier, and they seem to have loaded it up with loot. Not that I need a lot of loot. I do wish they had stacking in this game. Pardon me. I think it would be better for the game. But I'd be a worse loot hoarder than I am. Speaking of interior steps, when you die several times in a row and everyone else lives, it starts to seem personal. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, ho, ho. Set up. Stacking would be huge for this game. Yes, it would. And it's kind of a pain in the butt that they don't allow stacking. There are mods for it. Oh, building a rover. What in the world? As I said, there are mods for stacking in this game, but most of the mod sites are hosted in Russia, and I don't trust them. I will not download from them, and I don't run mods. How you get the new furniture like this, you've got to go and deconstruct it in a procedural wreck. And I don't know if this counts as a procedural wreck since it's on the ground. It gives you the blueprint when you deconstruct it along with whatever it took to construct it. And even though it's kind of a misnomer that they said there's no more blueprints to scan in the game, but there is. However, it's just like the technical orders in the military. You'd open them up and there'd be a page sitting there and it'd say, this page is left intentionally blank. No, it's not, because you just typed, you've got something typed on it. So, and that's the way my warped mind works. That is kind of a cool new way to add items. Yes, absolutely. Always pick up blueprints in this game because that is the way they upgrade this game. Nothing there. I mean, I'm spoiled to death right at the moment. Raft, you can stack 20 deep, from the get-go. And when you get used to that and then you go back into a game that doesn't have that ability, it's, crazy. I like what they've put in it, though. This workstation is interesting. What I don't understand about this door is why they have... That looks like a three-phase sine wave to me. Why would it be on there? To tell you the door's getting power? I mean, if it's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. I mean... And these things creep me out. I realize they're neat and they're a good way to keep up with all the suits you've collected in game. But I walk into a room with those things standing in it and go, ugh. All right, let me find the door and figure out it ain't that way, I can tell you that. Especially in a game with this many resources needed for crafting, no stacking seems illogical. Yes, I agree. I see, are you still wandering around the chat? maybe not. And if not, that's totally okay. One thing I do like that they did is they added ivy to the stuff that you could create. So you could put ivy on the outside of your base now. I was like, I'm not sure I would do it, but I think it's a heck of an addition. I don't know what I did to leave zeolite out here, but we're not leaving it anymore. Oh, water, water, water. She may have fallen asleep. Very well, possibly. You've seen how they have their interior steps set up. And we have, there used to be silk production devices and an autocrafter here, and I put the steps up to the next level and put this silk production and autocrafter back here under the steps. And I have another game that actually let me put a door right here that I thought was pretty cool, that you could come in on the step landing. And it will let you go either way with them. I have built them both ways, and they do work. I thought that because they were encapsulated in their own little part of the building, it would be hard to shift them around, and it really wasn't. I was quite impressed. And that was one thing that Dreas was wanting, was interior steps. The stairs are the best thing they added, in my opinion, yes. And this is the things that I've picked up. A countertop, a big flower pot, the bonsai plant, a big table of which, and a faucet. And I think the big table is pretty much what I was trying to do here. Let me now. Also, it will let you put things clipping together. It's just the thing you're trying to build will be in yellow if it clips something else. So I thought that was pretty neat. Oh, I like ye. I like ye a whole lot. That's got a split in it. That was hard to deal with, but that's okay. Let me see if I can actually put ivy up, because I thought that ivy would look cool. That is cool. I won't tell you how long I spent trying to get the desk to line up back to back. You don't have to tell me, I've done it. Maybe I don't have the blueprint for the ivy, and maybe I need to go out and turn the light off, you goof. Got this little guy last time, which was pretty neat. Country Lady, I've got 470 odd hours in this game, and I still don't know all there is to know. But there are some things that I haven't ever built because you don't need them to finish the game. But now that they've got more decorative stuff, you know, it might be worth messing with. Something I saw in Planet Crafter's Discord yesterday was somebody said something about, you know, make there be a build grid that things will snap into because other games have it, and it makes this game a pain in the butt that it doesn't have it. Hadn't thought about that, but it was like, okay. Whew, that was noisy. Yeah, I don't want those. Speaking of things that are in the game that I haven't ever done, I have, you know, if I've planted these, it was because I was very early in the game. But usually things come along so fast that I never plant these, and usually leave them where I find them because they're a pain in the butt. A snapping grid would be awesome, yes. Absolutely would. This is osmium, yes. And I have to say, considering how much ice was in this ice cave when the game started, and now there's not, I'm a little surprised by it all. That's ivy. Nope, it's not going to let me deconstruct it. The funny part of it, I spent so much of last video trying to find drone logs so I'd have them. And a couple of hours after that, I went back in and said, I'm just going to fly around and see what I find. And found 4 of them almost immediately. It was just crazy. Oh, there's something coming down. That's pulsar quartz, and most likely hit somewhere over in there. However, I came to see the ivy. Nope, it is not going to let me deconstruct, reconstruct. What in the world have I got myself into now? I've already been here because I've already gotten the jewel off the top of that, and that obviously didn't have a thing in it, and neither does that. Yeah, snap to grid is, boy, once you get used to it. Let's go this way. Just because. Somebody left there, myself or Joro or Icy. Turn the lights on so your audience can see what you're doing. That's been cleaned out. You can also build these now. I believe they have that option. Oh, that's the smugglers coming to try to do something to the planet, and that they can't. I've already got that in there. Okay, not. No, I don't know how to get back out, but we're not spending much time here. I think our terraformation has finally slowed down. I've been back in this game since we quote unquote finished, but no, the numbers are still screaming along. I've never had a game go this fast before. If you're willing to help us, the second tab is manually open the ship. It landed, but the hatch didn't open. Okay, our drones are stuck. Open the hatch manually so we can activate them. Alright, that's fine. And I've got that, but I'm waiting on another message from Sentinel Corp. Basically what the message says is if you go and you explode all those drones they've got sitting there, we'll release you to your family, you know, quickly. Oh, better eat and drink. And Sentinel Corp, as far as the storyline is concerned, hasn't been one that I think I would trust. But I think we're at least going to go see what it's all about. Fabric explosives. Yay! Take a couple more of those. Transporter. Super alloy rod. Zeolite. No osmium rod, but osmium. Pulsar quartz. Obsidian. So devious. Definitely want to see what happens if you follow that storyline. Yeah, they're, you know, they're jerks and haven't been anything but jerks. And, boy, I almost didn't have enough pulsar quartz to pull that off. Because I'll be perfectly honest, I'm just being lazy. I definitely want to get a teleporter a little bit closer to this ship in case I have to go back and forth. Well, we're fixing to go do it. We're going to go blow up all the drones in this. And get that ending. And then we're fixing to do the two endings we haven't seen. Oh, nope, it's not going to let me do that unless I step out here. Neither corporation seems warm and fuzzy, truthfully. Yeah, but Starform hasn't done anything to me. And, you know, Sentinel Corps is slimy. There's just nothing else to say about it. Bombs away. Oh, come on. Trigger. Yep, that's gone. That's gone. Those are gone. You can't blow this one up. And now... Ah, there's all three of them. The first one, leave with Sentinel Corps, trust their word that they will reunite you with your family. Escape the planet on your own, which is what we did last time, without notifying anyone. Try your luck in the infinity of the universe. And leave the planet with Starform Robotics, trust their word to make you a terraformation expert working for them. Which I could see where that could jump off to be a whole nother game or DLC. So we've got all three of them. Come on, get your hands on the right keys. And there's all the drone logs. You can't read them or do anything with them. You just got to plop them right there. Let me see if I can go find something to do for a few minutes. I'm going to say something that might be considered political. If it is, it is. In regard to corporations, whoever said corporations are people too, I disagree, but that's all right. Whoa, come on. Woo, out of the crack. Woohoo! And this is the other Starform Robotics ship. And when we first saw it, it didn't have any green on it. But since they did this update, it's now green, just like that suit that I'm wearing. So, not that anybody wants to see me dance, but here we are. Yeah, I have to say, if I knew more about programming and modding, and you know, they released enough of this that you could add to it, I would probably try. But yeah, well, and that's, can't disagree with that. Okay, what, I know that you can. Alright, that's what I wanted to do, was get that off of there. I have to say, this crystal biome I'm not saying it's a waste, but I'm surprised there's not more down here. For as much real estate as they put in it, and I've been around through here, you know, there's very little that's sitting here for you to find other than osmium. And then I go through here and there's a dome. And I don't remember that being there, but I must have been in it. It's very pretty. And for somebody who's been a mechanic most of their lives and just making sure things worked was one thing that kept me driving, running, you know. I can't say I was very much into the aesthetics, but now in my old age, I also find that I want things to look, you know, decent. This looks like it should be something. Nope. Okay. Get a little bit of iridium. Not that I need it, but there it sat. It seemed pretty tempting. You know, lead us not into temptation. I can find it all by myself. Now, I have to credit my partners in crime who aren't here, or who were here and aren't here right now. Icy and Joro, this planet wouldn't be half of what it is without them. It rocks. And as I said, I think this is the fastest Planet Crafters ever went together. And I know there's 23 Starform Robotics crates in this game, and I've found a paltry few of them. Country lady, I'm giving thought, well, all of you, doesn't matter, giving thought to doing Portal, even though I kind of decided not to because it was a little too mouthy. I think I'm back to doing it. And the way I would probably do it is to take, yes, it does, to take suggestions from the viewing audience as to, that's not where I wanted to go, as to how to get through the puzzles, because I mean I've proven it time and time again, puzzles ain't my thing. And for as much as I don't mind them, I mean I've never tried to work crossword puzzles when I was a kid in grade school, and I could do enough to get through classes that I was doing, but I'm just not a puzzler. And that game is all about, you better have your puzzle hat on after you get in it. Wait, I did that terribly wrong. Love puzzles, not necessarily good at them though. Yeah, trust me, I get it. what I'm trying to do is make cookies. That sounds like fun, Johnny, although my nimble brain will be that of an early morning. With little help. Well, that's true. But I also decided it was a way to get, the masses involved. Oh, okay. Out of all that, and I only got 2. Boy, those cookies are expensive. And that's why Portal was as popular as it is because it was innovative for its time. It was cutting edge. And there's a whole ethos around that game. My wife and I watched a YouTube video of someone that did a live action video of Shell, and if you know anything about the game Portal, Shell is the very first person you wake up as, and having the portal gun outside of Aperture. And I thought that was, interesting. There's just a lot of people that are caught up in that story. And if you know anything about Half-Life and Portal interconnect in a certain way, but the games don't cross over from one to the other. And worth a try. Between the whole gang, we might muster enough brain cells to do it. Well, if Jorah would come in here, he says he's got half a brain cell, and we'd take that too. And that way it wouldn't just be me flapping my yap, because, the whole thing is GLaDOS is kind of goading you along to get you to do badly, and it is what it is. It was just something I thought about after thinking about the whole Portal thing more. I did one short video, and I think the only person that saw it live was Darlene Miller, because she's good like that. And I'm disgusted that they have birthday cake, but they won't let you eat it. The world is up with that. All right, I've got a cookie for the trip. I've got water and all other foods. We're going to go do an ending. Okay, which ending do we want to do first? We do the go off on your own last time. Now we've got to, between Starform Robotics or to do Sentinel Corp. A Sentinel Corp tease is what that is. Yeah. Quite frankly, I know how this one turns out, because I played through it in another game off camera, and I don't know how this one turns out, but I'll take suggestions about which one. It should be a crime to put chocolate cake in front of you and not let you eat it. That's absolutely, positively the truth. If you're going to give me a game with chocolate cake and you're not going to let the character eat it, why are we even here? Just might as well pack it all in and shut the game off and walk off from it, because it's worthless. That would be like putting ice cream, salted caramel ice cream in a game and not letting you eat it. Okay, everybody needs to make a decision. Who are we going with, Sentinel or Starform? Because we're going to do both of them. Save Starform for last. Okay, I won't disagree with that. Anybody else have a vote? Shaman's vote has been duly noted. I agree with Shaman. Okay. Anyone? Anyone? I'm not sure how many people are even here right at the moment. Oh. Oh, and you guys are the only two here, so that's the only one that matters. Well, I would imagine Darlene is still watching. She's just not chatted. Yes, and I knew Darlene would be there. All right, here we go. However, this could turn out badly when I get there because I'm wearing a Starform Robotics uniform in the game. It was in a chest, and I wanted to look different from Icy and Joro, so I put it on and haven't really changed it. Congratulations, you did the wise choice, dear Planet Crafter. Sometimes the best thing to do is choose your own interest over whimsical nonsense. Choose the smartest option and we will keep our word. It's time for you to reunite with your family. They don't show any pictures of it. So did it happen? Who knows? But it's a shame, that they didn't show a picture of it. You could have all stood there in spacesuits. You would have known if they were your family or not. It would have made a cute picture. All right, now we're going back to do the other. Because I really don't know what that's all about. As you can see, we're back. Everything is as it was. And we'll see what this has to say. Cheated again. We don't know if it worked. Well, they did say that they would, and they did say they would keep their word. And technically it was in print. Would it hold up in a court of law? That's, who knows if they wanted to go back. Let me see if I can talk without belching. That's what you get for drinking coffee and flapping your yap at the same time. Okay, now let's go with that. It's always pictures or it didn't happen. Thank you for your help. Welcome to Starform Robotics. And now they're showing all their stuff going out terraforming the planet. That's neat. We've taken care of all of your requirements. You are now a proud member of our team. Let's work together for a better future and fight against Sentinel Corp. I will say this. The endings in this, now that they've changed it, are better than they were in the original, because all the original endings in the original planet were, wishy-washy. You didn't know what happened one way or the other. And I'm wondering what just went ding. Why can't we make those drones? They look like they could hold more stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, better, but still not satisfying. A darn sight more satisfying than the last ones. And I gotta admit, the mechanics in this game were different. Once you got your mind wrapped around it, though, I still want to know how to build the ivy, because it's got to be around here somewhere. And when they make changes like this, it makes me want to go back and play from the beginning to see when things fall out, and I might. Uh, that's what was going on. We got 150 Terra tokens. I know that I read it in the notes that you could make ivy, and it's making me ill that I can't find it. Oh well. And I've already been here and looked. No ivy. I saw it on someone else's channel too, yeah. Alas, I must start dividing my attention. We'll try to say bye in a few. Well, I was just fixing to close this down. I was just taking one more look about the ivy thing. That's butterflies. And we did get butterflies, new ones. That's a ugly looking sky. All right, that's where we're going to put it. And I got to 9 o'clock. Yes, I was kind of meandering, but I appreciate you being here. I know this was short notice. At 4:30, I was feeling so bad I didn't think that I would do this, and then I got up and around and started doing some other things and still wasn't feeling all that great, but I have a great deal of fun, and it's very therapeutic to do this and to give closure to the game. Now that I knew what was needed for the other two endings, I decided to do it. I have no regrets. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it more than you know. It was wonderful. We also would be remiss to not thank Joro and Icy. Without them, the planet would not be what it was. And I feel okay. My feelings from day to day about how I feel are a mishmatch. It always changes. My back's bothering me, or either it's not, or I can't feel my feet, or I can, or I'm in terrible pain in my shoulder and I have a headache. Feeling better is relative, and I feel, reasonably good. Didn't get our 2 miles walk in yesterday because it was raining so much that we just didn't feel like getting that wet or getting the dog wet. I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much. And we'll be back Monday doing something. Haven't decided what yet. Could be Portal. Y'all have a good one.